Good morning from the Pompey Observatory. In this short tutorial, I want to show you how I am able to stream 4K live video all the way from my camera on the telescope out onto YouTube. I'm going to start with the monitor that I acquired recently. It's a Scepter 27-inch, and right now it is showing that it is set up at 1920 by 1080. With it being at 1920 by 1080 allows me to show a very tiny display out there. So we're going to change that to the full resolution of the monitor, which is 3840 by 2160. Keep the changes, and now it shows the monitor as 4 times the size of the other monitors at 1920 by 1080. Next step for us is to configure the OBS Studio to stream at that full resolution. There is my OBS Studio settings, and we're going to start with the output. 12 megabits per second is the lowest I'm willing to go with for a 30 frame per second, given that the astronomy images that we are taking are not high frequency, they do not have too much movement. Then I'm very comfortable with only 30 frames per second and 12 megabits per second. I set the canvas at 3840 by 2160, and the output scaled resolution is the same. As I mentioned, I am happy with 30 frames per second. I don't see the need to go any higher than that. I am using Chrome Remote Desktop to access the Optiplex computer that is sitting in the SkyShed pod, and I do not have a monitor connected to it, but basically no monitor, no mouse, no keyboard. So it shows as the only resolution it is allowed as 1920 by 1080. And in order to be able to show anything higher than that, I have to run a utility there, which is a custom resolution utility. There it is, that I downloaded from monitortests.com. And once I downloaded that utility, downloads CRU152, I extracted it, and within that extracted file there is a utility itself, and when I run it, yes, it allows me to create a whole bunch of new resolutions in there, including the 3840 by 2160. I put it at both 60 Hertz and 30 Hertz to see what will do best for me. Okay, apply it, and then the Restart 64 in there restarts the graphics driver for the computer, and if it does it right, then I should be able to, yep, there it is, 3840 by 1260 is a possibility now. As you notice, it has filled up the entire screen. Now we go to SharpCap and see if SharpCap will allow me to stream at that. There is SharpCap. As you notice, everything looks a lot smaller here because we're going with a higher resolution. Camera. The camera that I'm using is the ZWO ASI585MC, and when I launch it, in the corner you will notice that its resolution is indeed 3840 by 2160. That's an 8 megapixel camera. That is a 4K resolution. And setting the zoom to 100%, means that I have a one-to-one mapping of pixels seen by the camera to pixels on the virtual monitor that doesn't exist, and then being pulled all the way with OBS Studio and then streamed on YouTube. So when you watch my future videos, live videos, and I say live 4K, it is 4K live all the way from the camera, through SharpCap, through a monitor that doesn't exist, through Chrome Remote Access, Chrome Remote Desktop, all the way to a monitor that does exist, and then OBS Studio, and then YouTube. And there is no scaling happening anywhere. It is the full 4K from end to end. Hope you enjoyed this video and find it useful. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments.